Welcome to a music pilgrimage to the Stations of the Cross. This is Deacon Brian Kirby and my wife Dee. We have Colleen Ray and Theodore playing music. Technologically, we have Larry Hudson and Greg Horner and putting this together. So we thank them all. So this is what I want you to do with this pilgrimage. Any Stations of the Cross is a journey which we follow Jesus. And it's a mimicking of our life. There's all kinds of things that can go on in our life, but it draws us closer to that sacred heart of Jesus so we can begin to heal. In the beginning, you will hear music being played. When Colleen and Theodore are playing that music, that's a time when I want you to focus on the breath of God. Take that music in. Music is meant to come into you emotionally and stir your heart up. So listen to it with your heart, not your head, and begin to breathe in and invite the Father to come into your heart to be able to manifest, to be able to create out of anything going on in your life. We all come up with things that go on in our life, whether it's chaos here or whatever else. And life throws many curves at us. So for each and every one of us, then there'll be a slight meditation after that I'll be doing, and that'll personalize it for you so that you can go deeper personally. Then there'll be a period of silence. So what does Ezekiel do when he's running from Ahab? He goes to the cave. Remember, he fasts for 30 days, goes to the cave, and doesn't hear God and all the chaos around him, all the noise, everything else. He hears it in the sheer silence. So there'll be a period after the meditation where there's just silence, 45 seconds. It's going to seem like a long time, but just rest with it and listen to God's voice at that time where he'll speak personally to you on that station. Now, through time here, again, this is going to probably take, I don't know exactly how long it's going to be, but the length of time, you can do 3 stations and then stop. Say, well, I only got 15 minutes today. Okay, then just do 3. And maybe you pick it up from there the following day. If you have time, can you not give God 1 hour? Isn't that what he said to the apostles the night before he died in the garden? Can you give me 1 hour of time? So give God some time where you just try to listen to him. Father Benedict Rochelle on retreat one time, this is before I was ordained, he said, the highest level of prayer is when we learn how to shut our mouth, quiet ourselves, and just listen. This will be an opportunity to listen to music, stir your emotions, listen to the meditation to drive you deeper into your heart, and then get quiet to see what God's going to do.
First station, Jesus is condemned to death.
Walk with me as I am condemned to death upon a cross. Crowds demand, crucify him until Pilate relents. Scourged and beaten, crowned with thorns, spat upon and scorned. The path ahead is bleak and filled with sorrow. I accept this path, willingly for you.
Stay focused Look at that picture. Jesus is condemned. Think of the times when you have been unjustly condemned and judged during your life. Think of the people involved. What were your feelings at that time? Were you hurt and humiliated? Picture Jesus standing before you. Jesus is wearing a blood-stained scarlet robe put on by him by the mocking soldiers after the scourging. See the crown of thorns planted on his skull, his head deeply cut into his scalp, his hair matted with blood. Look into the eyes of Jesus. See the compassionate, deep, brown eyes of Jesus, gazing with pain, yet filled with love. Walk over to where Jesus is standing and allow him to place his arms around you. Also, picture before you the person out of the past that has condemned you, labeled you, misjudged you, deeply hurt you. As that person now stands before you, Jesus takes your hand, placing it into the hand of the condemned person. Jesus says, "For my sake, forgive this person. Forgive even as I have forgiven."
Second station, Jesus takes up his cross.
Follow me as I take up the heavy burden of the cross. The crushing weight tears my flesh and opens up my wounds. Step by step, it presses down. My vision blurs with pain till I cannot see, and my legs begin to falter. I take up this cross willingly for you.
Stay focused on that cross. That cross which he carries for you. What is the cross in your life which you cannot accept? Something you cannot be easily changed. Is it sickness in the family? Financial problems? Has there been a recent death you cannot bear? Perhaps your children do not go to church, even though they were brought up in a Christian environment. Perhaps there is a painful, close relationship with no reconciliation despite all your efforts. Keep your eyes upon Jesus. Allow Jesus to carry the cross for you, bearing upon his shoulders the primary responsibility for your burdens and those of mankind. As part of the burdens you wish to let Jesus carry, give him all the pain associated with losing loved ones and the family, and upon all the things that are going on. Experience now the peace of Jesus as he provides the strength and consolation needed at this moment as you let go and allow him to carry your burdens for you.
Third station, Jesus falls the first time.
Fall with me down to the ground, too weak to even stand. The dirt is cool, beckoning me a rest along the way. My fingers press into the dust, searching for the strength to rise, to stumble to my feet and move ahead once more. I fall to the ground, willingly for you.
Take a deep breath. Allow the Father's breath to go deep within you, into your heart, so that he can take all that pain, all that suffering, and you can allow him to manifest and create with it. Now pause for a few moments and reflect on your own strengths. What is the strongest part of your character? Perhaps it is the strong will to face up to adversity with an inner calmness, even though situations seem hopeless. Perhaps it is your service to others, your unwillingness to help. Perhaps boldness, courage, and enthusiasm, good work habits, and attitudes. Whatever your strength is, thank the Lord for it. Now take another deep breath. Think about your weak points now. Since we are all human, even as Jesus was, we have weaknesses. What is the one weakness that makes you feel as Jesus felt when he fell the first time under the weight of the cross? Accept your weakness, whatever it is. Perhaps it could be the inability to make friends, overeating, gambling, anger, fear, sexual impulses, compulsive buying, temper. Accept the weakness as part of your very own being. Now, see Jesus on the ground before you, bearing the weight of the cross. Jesus looks at you and tells you, my child, accept your weaknesses as part of you, as part of your very own being. I love you just as much as them. Now just take a deep breath and just gaze into his eyes.
Fourth station, Jesus meets his mother.
Look with me into my mother's eyes as I pass by. Memories entwine our hearts and flash across my mind. All is said between us without a single word, but every pain I feel pierces through her heart. I endure this sorrow willingly for you.
Look at the way Jesus gazes into the eyes of his mother. What love. Look at the way she looks at her son. Think of your own mother now. Remember all the times you have hurt her by disobedience, neglect, or by not listening or being attentive to her needs. Think also of the times she was there when you needed her and comforted and consoled you. With love, accept your mother as Jesus accepted his mother and loved her. Thank Jesus for your own mother, for all the times she was there to bring you comfort and understanding as you needed. Also think of the times your mother has caused you hurt and pain. Remember, she is and was not perfect. She too is only human. Even if your mother is deceased, extend your forgiveness to her now. Remember especially the 3 most painful encounters you have had with your mother. In your imagination, tell her that you do understand her love for you. And now you realize she brought you up the best way she knew how. Tell her you forgive her for all those times she hurt you, even if she was unaware how deeply you were hurt and affected by her unlove. Ask your mother now to forgive you for all the times you hurt her. Recall to mind the 3 most painful moments in which you caused her pain. Picture your mother standing on the hill of Calvary with Jesus and Mary. Look into the faces of Jesus and Mary, then turn and look into your own mother's face. Jesus says to you, forgive, and you will be forgiven. Pardon, and you will be pardoned. Feel the peace flowing through everyone present, Jesus, Mary, your mother, and yourself. Experience also the love flowing through Jesus into Mary and into you and your mother.
Fifth station, Simon of Cyrene helps Jesus carry his cross.
Breathe with me a sigh of relief as Simon lifts away the cross. Enough relief to move ahead, not enough to quell the pain. My lips are cracked, my tongue is dry. I cannot form the words to thank him for his help and for his kindness. I bear this helplessness willingly for you.
Breathe in again. Don't let your mind just drift off now. Stay focused. Picture your own father now. He, like Simon, has tried to help you many times in your life when there was help needed. Your father was there to help you. When something was broken, your father was the one who brought the pieces to, as always, seem to do the impossible. Or maybe your father was the opposite. He was never there. Being a weak human being, there were times when your father hurt you and perhaps even humiliated you. Reflect over those times in your life when you were counting on his support and approval and he was not supportive. And you had to continue on your own. Maybe there were times when you needed his presence at school, sports, and he was just too busy and could not attend. Perhaps you greeted him when he came back from work and were excited and anxious to tell him all the things that were happening in your life and the events of the day, and he couldn't be bothered. Think of those times when you were deeply hurt by him or felt rejected by him. As you see Jesus humiliated in this station, extend your forgiveness to your own earthly father for the 3 significant hurts he inflicted upon you, either knowingly or unknowingly. As you picture Jesus there with your Father, ask forgiveness from your Father for all the times you have hurt him and disappointed him, and for all the times you neglected him, were ashamed of him because of the way he dressed or his accent, or for the times you lied to him and deceived him. Extend your arms to him and ask his forgiveness now, if necessary. Even forgive him for dying when you were young and needed his support the most. Also include any stepfather, and allow God's peace to flow through you now.
Sixth station. Veronica wipes the face of Jesus.
Feel with me her tender touch as she wipes the blood from my face. Veronica shows me love, not knowing it is God she serves. Her gentle hands, her soft warm veil, blot away the sweat and grime. I see her face like an angel, comforting me. I accept her mercy, willingly for you.
Breathe in again the Father's love. Breathe in that Father's love right now into all those areas, those sacred areas where that false self has been stirred up and where ego and pride has taken over and not allowed others to help you. Think back to the person who failed to reach out to you when you needed help and support. Was it your best friend that let you down? Perhaps your brothers or sisters, or your parents, your children. Who refused to help you, swallowed with pride, and went out to seek their own assistance? Also remember the times when someone has approached you and asked for help, and you refused. Perhaps it was a beggar on the street asking for money. Maybe a friend was in trouble and there wasn't enough time to listen. Gaze into the forgiving eyes of Jesus and experience his love and peace. As you picture these people in your imagination, extend forgiveness to all who have failed you, let you down, or even refused to assist or reach out to them. Jesus left his facial impression on Veronica's veil. And so will our act of forgiveness be left upon those who have hurt us deeply in the past. As Jesus calls us to see him in every person, ask forgiveness from all the people who have refused to help. Experience the peaceful feelings surrounding you and your forgiveness.
Seventh station, Jesus falls the second time.
Fall with me again to the ground, too frail for one step more. The thirsty soil beneath my knees and hands is parched and dry. I offer up my sweat and blood in humble sacrifice, exhausted and abused. I make an offering of love. I fall again, willingly for you.
As you gaze into this picture with Jesus falling the second time, go to those memories you have when you've fallen. How many times have you fallen under human weaknesses? How many times have you been humiliated by your own weaknesses? Especially when boasting to others that this time you would make it, only to fall again. As Jesus painfully and slowly lifts himself up again, it is an effort for him even to attempt it. But he does lift himself ready to bear the weight of the cross still further. At this moment, beg pardon for the times you have refused to lift yourself and follow Jesus after another fall, another failing, usually because of our pride, has been hurt or damaged. Easily, we could get discouraged and we think, what is the use? We remain then in the discouragement and depression. Jesus is calling you to commit yourself totally to him. Surrender your weaknesses to him and rely on his loving arms to pull you up after each failing.
Eighth station, Jesus meets the women of Jerusalem.
Mourn with me, for these women don't know they need to be consoled. The suffering they soon will bear, I bear now as my own. I taste their tears, I feel their grief, I hear their wails and moans as Jerusalem lies in ruin and despair. I mourn for what will come. Willingly for you.
These holy women of Jerusalem can represent the people in your life who have been associated with the church. Reflect upon those persons in your church community that have inflicted hurt upon you in any way. Everyone who has ever been associated with the church, no matter what the denomination, has someone that has hurt them within the congregation. Or perhaps it was a priest, a deacon, a minister, a nun, usher, housekeeper, or some head of an organization. Include also the church members that may have gossiped about you or judged you wrongly. Also recall people in your church circle that you may have offended and refused to love and compassion. Perhaps there was someone you may have ignored, insulted, and gossiped about unjustly. As you look at Jesus and the woman of Jerusalem, picture with them 3 people from your church that you need to forgive, and 3 people that need your forgiveness. As you picture Jesus accepting the consolation of the woman of Jerusalem, accept also his love and forgiveness at this moment. Extend to you with compassion as you forgive and as you are forgiven. Remain with Jesus here at this station and let his healing love soak completely into all those situations and trials in your life with these church members, situations which have deeply hurt and caused pain and confusion. Let Jesus' love heal.
Ninth station, Jesus falls the 3rd time.
to close my eyes, remembering a time before the pain. I fall one last time, willingly for you.
Just focus on this picture. Look at our Lord. Look at the weight he's carrying. How many times have you been in that position? Many of us get to this point after bearing our burdens for many years and not able to bear them any longer. We too want to give up. Totally discouraged. We want to throw in the towel. How many discouragements is the final blow? As you picture Jesus wounded and bleeding, he struggles to stand again. Feel the weight of the heavy wooden cross upon his shoulders. As Jesus, for the grace never to give in again to discouragement or despair, but instead to have all the courage to get back up again after many falls. Keeping your eyes focused on Jesus, get up and walk with him, remembering that Jesus never walks in front of or behind, but beside you, always ready to help you when you start to fall and to assist you in getting back up on your feet when you do fall.
Tenth station, Jesus is stripped of his garments.
Stand with me before the jeering crowd, stripped and alone. Humiliation floods over me in waves of spite and scorn. I hear their taunts, I feel their wrath, I see their angry eyes. These the very ones I came to save. I endure this shame willingly for you.
Jesus standing there, bleeding and bruised profusely, now is humiliated and embarrassed and stripped naked in front of the crowd. As you reflect on this station, think of your own life, what it is to cling to. Is it fame, money, reputation, your children, your possessions, your job, your home? What is it you cannot completely let go of or relinquish to the Lord? See yourself standing at the foot of the cross with Jesus as he stands stripped of his garments. Tell Jesus at this moment that you wish to let go and to give to him all that you hold dear, particularly that one item or one person that you cherish the most. Ask Jesus for the strength to do this. You can sense Jesus' love as you feel him telling you that he does wish to bless your gift and return it to you in a new way. It will then not possess you, but rather you will possess it. Anything we cannot give over to the Lord possesses us, and we are, in fact, held in bondage by that person or thing and live in fear that it might be taken from us. This is particularly true of our loved ones, especially if we have been hurt or rejected in the past, and then we tend to cling to the love, one becoming possessive and fearful of losing them. Make an act of faith and trust in Jesus as you do let go, and strip yourself of the binding possession and give it all to Jesus.
Eleventh station, Jesus is nailed to the cross.
Suffer with me as they drive nails into my feet and hands. Father, forgive them for this anguish without end that blinds my senses, chokes my thoughts till I can barely breathe. I look to heaven, but I seek no reprieve. I suffer upon this cross, willingly for you.
You can almost hear the hammer hit the nail, and the fire, the pain shoot up Jesus' arm. And when they nailed his feet up his legs, the tremendous pain that he went through for me and for you. How many times have you felt we could not bear the pain we are experiencing, whether it was from something serious or trivial accident, or from some actual illness? Consider all this in comparison with the pain Jesus endured for us. In this station, give your life totally to Jesus. Recommit yourself to him. Having given your life to Jesus many times before, renew now the commitment to become his disciple.
Twelfth station, Jesus dies on the cross.
Die with me upon this cross, abandoned to the weight of sin. As the hour of mercy nears, I speak my final words. Behold your mother, my God, my God. Why have you forsaken me? I thirst. It is finished. Father, into your hands I commit my spirit. Willingly for you.
Look into his face. Every breath he took, he had to push up on his legs, and the fiery pain shot up his legs and down his arms. Crucifixion is slow suffocation. The pain he suffered on that cross, besides all the other pain he went through, those 3 hours of suffering. Reflect now on those last 3 hours of Jesus' life. Through Jesus' death on the cross, ask for grace of an abundant life. What is the area of greatest need in your life at this time? Pray especially for a greater love for your family and for yourself. As you are there on Calvary with Jesus crucified, expect Jesus to bless you and set you free, imparting to you at this moment of your life the abundant life that he died to give you.
13th station, Jesus is placed in the arms of his mother.
Rest with me in my mother's arms at the foot of the cross. My lifeless form beneath her veil finds her love once more. My mother now belongs to you. She will aid you when you call and hold you evermore within her care. I rest in death, willingly for you.
Look at the way Mary is looking at her son. She clenches onto the body of her dead son. Just think of all the time she held him as an infant and just gazed into his eyes. And he looked up and smiled. But now she holds the body of her dead son close to her heart. Reflect now on your own relationship with your own mother. Perhaps she did not give you all the love you needed, but remind yourself that she did the best she could under the circumstances at the time. With Mary and Jesus at the foot of the cross, imagine Mary extending to you equally the love she had for Jesus. If you feel your mother never loved you, or if you feel there was something missing in your relationship with her, ask Mary to supply the maternal love to you now. Just take a deep breath now and gaze into Mary's eyes. Feel Mary's love being extended to you and allow yourself to be loved by this gentle, compassionate mother.
Fourteenth station, Jesus is placed in the tomb.
Lie with me, entombed within the darkness of the grave. I sleep within this tomb, willingly for you.
Reflect now on your own death, if you can. Perhaps you have the fear of dying, or a fear of the manner in which you will die. Automobile accident, cancer, heart attack, accident, fire, drowning. Also reflect upon the death of your loved ones and ask Jesus for the grace to set you free totally of the bondage of grief. As you look upon the motionless body of Jesus lying in the tomb, ask Jesus for the grace to accept your own death and also the deaths of your loved ones, knowing that death is the door to life. And the sting of death has been taken away by Jesus. Once you have been healed of the fear of death, you will walk in freedom and peace. Seek this important grace from Jesus. This is the last station. Rest as long as you can in it. And then journal on your experience that you have experienced with God here. And talk to Him how this journey with the stations has brought you into a deep relationship with Him.